Hello, and welcome to another broadcast of Pax Dei, Emphr's Search for Steel. As you can probably tell by the title, we are going to do basic stuff tonight, but mostly it's going to be talking. Um, yeah. Let's see what we got. I can't build any more of my house. Little update for you. November 5th seems to be a date of release for the next early access section where they're going to change the map, package everybody's stuff up, and we're going to be able to keep our stuff. Shout out to the developers. Keep our skills and such things like that. Again, thumbs up. I think they're actually going to increase to Unreal Engine 5.3, so that's pretty cool. I was looking at Throne of Liberty. I thought I saw Unreal Engine 4, which interesting. But I've been playing Throne of Liberty. And I cannot stream from Throne of Liberty and actually play this game at the same time, or that game at the same time. This game a little bit more relaxed, has much better graphics actually. Well, I wouldn't say much. They're comparable for sure. All right, let's see. So no more building. So we need skills. We need to do skills. So as I'm talking, I will go get some skills. I'm not sure which skills to work on, honestly. It's been a few days since I played because it's basically just grinding at this point. And honestly, out. Boy, I'm so used to the Throne and Liberty controls. I'm gonna have to get used to it. Not to worry. This will be easy. Okay. I think I have this as a window. Awesome. All right, and I'm gonna throw into ChatGPT some streaming topics because I am burnt. This week was tough. Lots going on. I was thankful that I have a job and I like my job. So, but it's still tough. It's still a tough job. It's still tough on a lot of different levels. All right, let's see. I can work on leather skill for sure. That'll give me some combat. See what it would take to raise this. All right, so I can do those. Steel nails. Yeah, they're up moderate. So steel nails and steel spikes. What I got up here. Still doing keys on the other. Let's see if I have any. Lots of material, but not the material I need. These are all short stacks. Okay, so let's go hunting. I need better leather armor anyway. Bring that leather skill up. What do I have? Oh, let's take a look around. It's been a while. Good. Ah, these are all lined. Ah, cool. Bring these down. And I'm gonna need. Let's see if I have any steel cooking. Ah! See, he's turned into an animal when I sprint. Yeah. It's alright. Oh, look at all these. Yeah, it's kind of cool. That means I'm out. Yeah, oh my god. I'm gonna have to go mine some stuff. Yep. This is it. Alright, so let's, for movement. Same WSD, but... Alright, so... I'm gonna need some steel bars. So let's talk. So, been playing Throne and Liberty, and definitely different strategies for grinding and such things like that. Not so much that I mind it. It's more like World of Warcraft in that model, right? Hope they fix that in the next edition. Yeah, a lot like World, they have different areas that have different levels, ranges. So I mean, pretty standard stuff, honestly, for that. I love the graphics. The attacks are interesting. Combat, interesting. But yeah, there's different strategies based off of the different types of characters you have. Like one character I built, more of a tank, right? Another character I built is mage / support, which is alright, I suppose, in that game. I wouldn't say it's too horrible. But to talk and do it at the same time, like, this is easy for me, right? It's, I'm not trying to avoid certain death or travel somewhere that doesn't have a what I call the coast, or the cruise control key. Q for those of you who are interested in Pax Dei. Q is the, as you're walking or running, you hit Q and it just maintains the running, which is fantastic. So they're redrawing the map. I'm going to say November 5th for this. So the strategy, when I get back, you'll see that actually very much okay. I don't have to start from scratch. That'll be the final release. They haven't given a date for that for sure. But the final release, everybody's going to have to do their own how should you say it? They're getting, well, during final release, though, we will have to level up again, and everything will be fresh and start new, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun, honestly. Oh my gosh, this thing is not going well tonight. They have some problems. I wonder if it's a server thing. There we go. All right. Let's see. Oh man, there's just so much going on. There's a lot of new games that seem interesting. Definitely MMO kind of stuff. And that's really where I'm focusing. I got to get back to EVE Online. Like I said earlier in my cat podcast, what I'll do there is I won't stream it, because streaming on EVE is basically an invitation to those insidious players who will say, ooh, somebody's streaming on EVE. Let me go find out what system they're in, and let me go get some stuff. They pirate you, essentially. So I'm not gonna stream that, but I might record a few episodes. Some people call it the spreadsheet game. It's a good game. It takes a lot. It takes a lot out of you. And meaning, if you wanted to do certain things, for example, if I wanted to run a mission and go from the first mission to the last mission, and some of them are timed; they expire once you start them. It could take up to 4 to 6 hours depending on the mission, and to me, that's not really time well spent because it's very interesting. Um, Depending on the mission, but you have to bring in reputation. There's a lot of factors that you want to evolve or improve in that game, so you have to run missions every once in a while. So I'll be streaming that for sure. I got the corp I'm in and everything. I gotta get a clan in here. I have to explore Pax Dei on the clan, but I'm sure everybody right now is like, I'm not going to do anything until November 5th when this updates. Or very little. At least not in my area. Like every time I'm online, I don't see many people. I think I saw 2 people in a week that I was playing. So in all honesty, I'm not sure that that's a. I think people are just waiting, and the skill sets that you have, I'm wondering if they'll get herbalism up, or give the opportunity to work herbalism as a path. If anybody is watching, please comment, and we can talk about all kinds of stuff. Right now, I'm talking about Pax Day, Throne of Liberty, EVE Online. Honestly, and trying to work on my communication skills at the same time. trying to stay away from awkward pauses. Pausing is good. It's the awkward pausing that you have to be concerned about. Overall, I try to improve myself. This has been more therapeutic podcast. I don't expect anything to blow up into a viral clip or anything, and that's fine. It's not the expectation. The expectation is enjoy company with some people, like-minded people that would like to go through and just talk about different topics. Other than, I try to stay away from politics just because it's divisive, and I think people need to get away from it. I know I do. I mean, especially in election years. Election years are just so stressful. Absolutely stressful. But so yeah, any topic. I love science. I love technology. I love theory and conspiracy theory. Science conspiracy theory, or just taking the imagination to the nth degree. For example, quantum computing. Once quantum computing becomes a thing, we'll be able to the games will be just amazing because of the compute power, the storage. Consider the power of your PC today, and then imagine a PC that has a quantum computing chipset, if you will. The ability for your computer to do any calculations per second is going to be infinitely huge. Just absolutely insane. I did it again. Let's see if I can stop crafting. That's a fight to get that as a win right there. There we go. Okay. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to, because I always forget to do this. need to do skills. Weaponsmithing might get to 23. So that's what I'm gonna go for. 23. What am I doing? Novice? Novice. So overall, quantum computing is going to be leaps and bounds, and it's going to exponentially create, well, it's going to, everything that you do on a computer, including AI, will be evolving at such a fast rate after quantum computing is stable. Now, one of the chief or challenges, one of the primary challenges for quantum computing, as I understand it, and in the comments, please correct me if I misspeak, but the last time I checked, quantum computing's challenge was the coolant. It has to be very, very cold. But I thought they were doing something with magnetics. I just did a prompt, a very, very quick prompt. And like I said, AI is very useful as a tool. You always check it, right? The AI that we currently have, we call it AI. So from what ChatGPT is saying, you have technical complexity, you have decoherence and error rates, you have hardware limitations, quantum algorithms, software and application development, which there is a quantum computing language, and I want to say it was led by Microsoft. Cost and infrastructure, of course, noisy and intermediate scale quantum era. So let's take these points. Let's see. They say technical complexity. It's basically saying that how we perform the manipulations of the atoms, because that's really what we're doing. We're basically freezing an atom in a position and then reading the position of that atom, whether it's a 0 or 1. It's freaking fantastic way of thinking. If you have so many atoms per square inch, trillions, quintillions, I bet. Let me ask. Okay, so I just asked that what types of atoms are used for quantum computing systems. And it looks like okay. All right. I'm gonna pause there. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? All right. So if you guessed aluminum or niobium, you'd be correct. That's the superconducting circuits that are needed. And then to trap the data, what is it? Yttrium or calcium. So ions are trapped using the magnetic electric fields and manipulated with lasers, right? And this is where that one topic of errors comes in, because we don't have the precision just yet in order to move those atoms in any efficient state quickly without too many errors. So your computer is doing millions and billions of calculations as it's playing the game, right? Think about it in the terms that this computer that's just showing you what's on the screen is doing billions of calculations, right? So it cannot, and it might error out every once in a while. That's what you don't see. But it's such a small margin within of error within the total calculation that you'll never see it. Yeah, the software might not see it unless there's a greater amount of errors than so it can see it, so it can capture it, and the software has to look for it as well. Otherwise, you get some of these glitches, right? So quantum computing is, I think we're gonna be there. Let's ask. Let's see. Let's ask. How many years until first home quantum computer? So basically, I want to narrow it down because it's businesses might have them before us, governments will have them before us, but what about us here in at home? So they're thinking that I'm going to put air quotes up. They're air quotes. 30 plus years for consumer quantum computers are practical, affordable, and miniaturized enough for home use. Okay, all right. That's longer than I want. We need them to speed that up because once we get quantum computing, it's going to be amazing. It is going to be fantastic. Get all these spheres. So, yeah, hopefully quantum. Yeah, let me know your opinion. Do you think in 30 to 50 years, when quantum computing really starts to take off, would you buy one? I think I would, for sure. I would definitely do it, and depending on how we integrate those systems, let's make a, unless otherwise specified, think positive about the future. We have enough darkness that positive thought is something good and something that should be promoted. Why, you say? I'll give you the answer why. If you look 50, well, 100 years, 200 years ago, right? Let's go 200 years ago. Jules Verne, and more futurists at the time, like, we're gonna have flying cars after plane industry started to ramp up. We're gonna have flying cars. We never got flying cars. It's a bummer. But that would be cool, right? The flying car is something that would make life a lot easier. How do we do that? What type of technology? I have a few ideas, but honestly, any flying car that we make currently today, for example, flying quote unquote cars that are being designed, they're basically drones, right? So a drone is at its root, physics it's a helicopter. Everybody's gonna have a helicopter. A flying car that we want, from science fiction and the Jetsons, even the Matrix, right? We'll use anti-gravity, some kind of magnetic repulsion. It'll be pretty cool stuff. I think what's limiting the human race from doing many, many, many things is a power source that we can use. We have nuclear power, and I think nuclear power is very efficient, very green. It would reduce so many problems we have currently. But the ultimately, fusion would be great. If we were successful in capturing a what do they call it? A micro black hole, maybe we can get 0 point energy. I know 0 point energy is technically from energy drawn from another dimension. I think that's the definition. Let me see if that's 0 point energy is theorized to come where? See if ChatGPT has access. What am I missing? Oh, spikes. Okay. How close did we get? What do you think? Weaponsmith. Oh, we're so close. Yeah, we're gonna get more spikes. Let me throw this in here. It's funny when I in the chat. Let me know if when you go between when you go between games and you basically have to relearn the key strokes, right? Let me know in the chat or in the comments. Let me know if you have the same issue. I hit it again. I keep hitting the key for interacting with world is E, echo, for Pax Dei, and it is F for Third and Liberty. Okay, so 0 point energy comes from inherent quantum fluctuations present in empty space, what's commonly called as vacuum space. So it uses the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Leads to the idea that the lowest possible energy state of a quantum system, even absolute zero temperature, still possesses some residual energy, the 0 point energy. Interesting. Very interesting. But that's what we're talking about, right? How do we, as humans, find an energy source that allows us to take the next step in our technology? Because if you think about it, energy is really what's stopping us from doing anything, miniaturizing that energy as well. So if we have a cold fusion battery that is the size of even a car engine today, we can theoretically have flying cars, right? So pretty interesting stuff. I have tin, by the way. That's why I'm going up here. If you're wondering where the heck is he going, I put the tin up here. Still got a view though. I gotta get another. Definitely gotta get another house with a view like this, because this is just amazing. I'll figure it out. I'm not doing the on the side of the mountain thing though. Like, there's a lot of people that do that, and they're really skilled at it. Here, let me go over here. So just look straight off in the distance. They built that castle, basically. Just fantastic. I didn't see him build it, but man, I really wish I could have. And every once in a while, you hit this. And sometimes you can see people around you, sometimes you can't. Okay. Yeah, I cannot. Oh, I'm gonna make spikes. spiky thing. There we go. Just make. I think I can make them all. So yeah, I really do think that once we find the energy source, consider this to add to my theory hypothesis. If SpaceX or any, I'm thinking of SpaceX because they have the largest rocket they just landed. If you have a fuel source that's unlimited, you don't have to worry about fuel anymore. So the weight of the fuel is no longer a consideration, so you just get the power of the engines. So the power plant is still your consideration. However, now that you have the ability to design and engineer certain aspects to a power supply, you're good to go, right? You're not limited in design of the vehicle or the appliance or the house or the location of the house. If the power supply is that good, right? Let's say we figure out a home mini nuclear device. Now, with that said, there are famously there was a popular mechanics magazine back in the day that actually looked at a cesium, I believe it was a cesium reactor, nuclear reactor that could be put in a neighborhood, and there's no chance of thermal runaway or anything like that, so it won't melt down. There was protections engineered into it. Amazing, right? Ah, crap. You got a sword blade. Didn't want a sword blade. That's fine. Got a sword blade. But yeah, that popular mechanics. If you ever look it up or you have it, it's one of the few technologies that was outlined in popular books and magazines that I wonder why we didn't pursue at all. It was very interesting to me, and this is where my conspiracy theory mind comes. Could you imagine just having a cesium reactor that nobody can get into it, nobody can get into radioactive material? Cesium is really not as radioactive as uranium. So, yeah, let's just do the cesium reactor for residential power. Let's see if ChatGPT recognizes any, if they even refer to that argument or that article. So it's theorizing that cesium-137, which is a byproduct of nuclear fission. So technically, we could have big boys be doing the nuclear fission stuff, and the waste product could be used to power little well, I should say little neighborhoods, right? Which is kind of cool. So if you look at the theoretical concept, I think they also did what about, what was it, molten sodium generator. Let me do that to ChatGPT, because sodium, there was a molten sodium, I think it was Molten salt reactor. There you go. So basically, obviously you'd have to have a closed system because sodium blows up in air and water. So, well, it'll do bad things in air and water. It's very violent. Yeah, yeah, it's given me a lot of explanation. That's one thing ChatGPT does. It's just really starts. Just it doesn't say yes or no. It continues and continues and continues and continues. But basically, the conclusion is they would be viable. There would be promising applications. But they actually came out. Engineers and scientists came out with a prototype or a drawing anyway. You know, theorized. I think might have been a. Rather than reading this, I think it might have been an MSR, molten salt reactor. Fluoride salts are used both coolant and fuel carrier, while variations of molten sodium. I'd have to find that article. If anybody does, put in the comments because it's a really good way of producing power, and they're portable. Technically, they're the size of from my. And this is back in the 80s or 90s. Let me ask ChatGPT if there was a. Let's see if it can find an article. Is there an article in popular annex on the subject of local reactors for resident? So it's searching for it in the on the interwebs. But I thought it wasn't. It says there was an article in January, February 2021. I remember it back in the 80s and 90s. Yeah. Yeah, I'll look for it. I thought it was well before 2021, but even in 2021, they must have revisited it. So that goes to show you that the concept of energy isn't lost, right? We need fossil fuels? Not all the time, but I also want to mention, if you think about it, if you really think about it, where does our power come from? It comes from generators. How do those generators get spun up? Well, there's many methods of spinning up a generator. However, they all have one thing in common. Normally, you spin up a generator by moving steam through pipes, which move the fins of the generator at such a speed that they create the electricity. You can do that by oil, gas, propane, natural gas, nuclear, and in this case, the MSR, the molten sodium. So think about that. If you really think hard in the comments, let me know if I'm missing one of the ways to make electricity that can be used. I know there's ways to make make electricity that don't require massive spin ups of generators. But for example, just moving a magnet over a coil, but then you're using your hand, right, or a lever of some sort. So keep that in mind when you're commenting. But it's all interesting conversation. Wind is too unreliable. Sure, you can supplement, but there's a lot of environmental damage with those, and they don't really work well during colder winters. The solar has its issues, but again, really only storing electricity in batteries, and the batteries are lead acid. And then you need to convert the DC current to an AC current because DC current doesn't propagate across transmission lines all that well. That's why our AC is alternating current is being moved across our power lines, right? And DC is used in electronics. However, it's converted from AC. So the power supply in your computer, or the power supply in your microwave, or the power supply in your refrigerator, they all have a conversion of the AC into the specific voltages of DC that they require. Could they use the AC? Yeah, they can use some AC signals, but AC signals are used in different aspects of engineering. We might do that another night. What I'm trying to do is spark your imagination, right? Could I be saying some things wrong? Absolutely. Yeah. However, where we make mistakes is where we learn. Some of the, I bet you I can, we're gonna ask ChatGPT because I can't think anything off the top of my head. What inventions were found from mistakes? Let's see if it throws that in there. Holy crap! Then. Really? I did go up in weaponsmithing, but I just didn't. That sucks. There we go. These are one-handed. Yeah, I'll keep a couple. Keep hitting the wrong key. I'm telling you. I am telling you. Move these up here. Throw these there. There we go. Alright, so I moved my level up on weaponsmithing. Let's see what I can do on armor smithing. Do that shield. It's a very hard thing to do. Most of the things I already did. Let me see where my skills are. Armor smithing, I'm at 21. Blacksmithing, carpentry. Leatherworking's 22. Tailoring's 25. Let's go hunt a little bit. Let me see how many arrows I have. Do I have any? Yeah, I'm good. What am I looking for? Arrows. That's what I'm looking for. None in there. Got some in there, but they're not the ones I'm looking for. Let's see if I have them up here. If not, I'll make some arrows. have that many. I'll go make some arrows real quick. Alright, they're made from wrought iron. I should have some wrought iron in there. There we go. Yeah, there. I'll make that many arrows. We'll make that many arrows. Trying to steer them. That's funny. Oh, anyway. At any rate, let's see. Here we go. While I'm crafting those. Let's see. Penicillin. Accidental discovery. X-rays. Accidental discovery. Microwave oven. Accidental discovery. Post-it notes. Velcro. Accidental? Really? On a hike. Noticed burr sticking to his clothes. He studied the tiny hooks under a microscope. Developed micro. I thought it was made by NASA. Huh. Okay. Teflon. Cool. Safety glass. By accident. The French chemist and Benedictus. Eduardo Benedictus accidentally knocked over a glass flask coated with plastic cellulose nitrate. The flask cracked but didn't shatter. This led to the development of shatterproof. Well, okay. Artificial sweetener. Working on coal tar derivatives, then he accidentally tasted a substance which was sweet, which led to the discovery of saccharin. Well, we could do without saccharin, but okay. Coca-Cola. Okay. A pharmacist was attempting to create a cure for headaches. Okay. That's really weird. Coca-Cola became one of the most popular soft drinks, so yeah. Super glue. Harry Coover was developing clear plastic gun sights for World War II when he accidentally created a substance that was too sticky, led to development of super glue. Cyanoacrylate. Huh. So the mistakes are wonderful. So some people will say that some mistakes are not, you can't afford to make some mistakes. And we tend to agree with them. I mean, let's say the nuclear or the fusion reactor. What if it actually started and got out of control and they couldn't stop it? We found fusion, but the planet's gone. We're making a new sun. That would be wild. Unfortunate, but wild. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna have to make these? There is no way I didn't make these. I guess not. Are these iron? Okay. Steel. Wow, I actually made some steel arrows. Let me see. Trying to think where I know where the wood is, so I'll just make some short stock. And I'll make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll make 8 of them. Give us some time to talk. And here we go. Can you imagine if you actually ran through your house like this? That'd be wicked. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's do that. Yeah, so, pretty cool stuff, I think, with the advent of through mistakes we get technological wonders. I think, like I said, I think we can do less with saccharin. That was found in 1879. Wow. Saccharin's been around since 1879. Coca-Cola, 1886. Man, I really don't like when it does this. But beta, or early access. There. Let's try that again. Okay. Super Glue, 1942. Velcro was, I think, 1942. 41. Safety Glass, 1903. Teflon. Oh, DuPont. Plunkett, a chemist at DuPont, was trying to develop a new refrigerant when he actually created a slippery substance, later named Teflon. 1941 was Velcro. Post-it notes were 1968. Microwave oven was 1945. X-rays were 1895. And penicillin, of course, biggest one that probably has saved more lives than anything made by Alexander Fleming, or accidentally discovered. That is amazing. So that happened in 1928. That's crazy. That's that new. Let me see if it can. Let me ask it. Can you name any after 1990? Let's see if there are any mistakes after 1990. The first one is funny. I'll reveal that here in a second. I'll go backwards because the first one is just hilarious. And remember, these are mistakes that led to scientific discoveries that we use today. CRISPR-Cas9, 2012. So remember the CRISPR? We talked about this precise genome editing tool. That wasn't done until 2012. Absolutely insane. That is by a mistake. They were originally studying how bacteria defend themselves against viruses, but realized that the system could be harnessed to cut DNA at specific points. Wow. That right there is going to be one of the most substantial discoveries, and it was done by a mistake. Post-it extreme notes. I don't know if that's a. Let's see. This was working on keys for outdoor when they accidentally developed a tougher version of the sticky note. That's lame. Plastic eating the bacteria. That's cool. That is cool. So scientists in Japan were investigating a landfall and discovered a strain of bacteria. That's a discovery. That's not a mistake. They discovered a bacteria that would eat plastic, which is awesome. What's the waste on that? I mean, the bacteria eat it, but what's the bacterial waste on that? Scotchgard. Update. Accidental discovery of Scotchgard. It itself was invented in 1952, but a breakthrough came in 1990 when they inadvertently discovered a formula that was much safer for the environment. Boy, they're reaching. And then the one that I laughed at, Viagra, 1998, was initially tested for testing sildenafil, the active ingredient in Viagra, to treat angina, which is chest pain due to heart disease. During clinical trials, they noticed that it wasn't very effective for the angina, but it did have some side effects. So, yeah, I think I heard that about Viagra. That was actually a surprise find. So I'll throw that into the mistake area. But a lot of these are just the CRISPR, probably a mistake. Well, they were studying something else and then noticed something. Would you consider that a mistake? Throw it in the chat. Or comment in the throw in the chat or comment. I wouldn't consider that a mistake. I would put that directly on the shoulders of the inventors of the process, right? I mean, It doesn't make sense to say, "Ooh, you found that one by mistake." I think where I'm going with this, and maybe you've already assessed, we don't find things by mistake anymore. We find surprises, but not by mistake. For example, CRISPR. We're searching for something and we find something else. That's not a mistake, right? I wouldn't call that a mistake. I'd call that just literally what we were just talking about, right? But overall, the thrust of my conversation here, the foundation of my point is go out, try stuff, make mistakes, celebrate those failures because you're going to find something out that you didn't before. Just because something hasn't been invented yet doesn't mean you can't invent it. There's a lot out there that has not been invented that we have smart, intelligent, driven people in the United States especially, but around the world that can and will change the world with one of their inventions if given the opportunity to do so. I would highly advise, recommend, encourage is a better word. I am not a thesaurus, although I used to be really good at it, but I highly encourage people to go out there and find their path. And I think it was Thor, Pirate Software, who said, your day job is just your day job. It's to fund your hobbies. It's to fund what you want to do outside of work. Work should not be the sole purpose, right? I tend to agree with him. On the surface, it's a good comment. Work, definitely. Work hard, work smart, innovate at work, do all the things that you could do, but leave them at work. And then on the weekends, I know carpenters. On the weekends, I know people who build furniture on the weekends. What do they do at work? They might be engineers. I know hunters who will go hunting and bring back the kill and dress out the kill, and use the meat, freeze the meat, go to a butcher. They might not butcher it themselves because butcher's is a skill, right? But being a butcher is a skill. What I want to do is I want to bring that passion back. I think I've been inspired by Mike Rowe. He did dirty jobs for a long time, but his advocacy is go out and get a trade. Find the work and you'll get paid because nobody else wants to do it. I think he brought up this example, or I think I heard about it somewhere, but a while ago, Cat, the generator company, the big earth mover company, the big machine company, was hiring people, putting them through diesel school, all paid for, and then when they graduated, they gave them a position, and I think that position was making good money. It wasn't making like paltry sums of money. It was making good money, even by today's standards. So I'll end this segment, but let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what if you agree with me, or maybe you have a different take on some of the things I've said. Collaboration is amazing when humans talk to each other and not talk past each other or down to each other. If you have a good idea, I'll acknowledge it. If you tell me I'm wrong without giving me some kind of explanation that I can read, right? That I can actually sink my teeth into, I might ask you a couple questions based on, what you've written. But if you just tell me I'm wrong, I'm just gonna, okay. If you feel that way, okay. I'm not. Give me the reason why you feel that way. Is there a logical reason? Give me reason, and I can acknowledge it because I'm not right all the time. But I feel that if you tell people they're wrong too often without explanation, then it's just your will trying to be imposed on somebody else. If somebody said, the sky's blue, and you said you're wrong, and you're like, well, yeah, I can see it, so I'm not wrong. Why do you think it's not blue? And if they don't explain, then that's the end of the conversation. However, if they say, well, this is what I see and this is how I see it, then I would query it a little bit, right? Why do you see it as a different color? What's going on? Maybe it's me, right? So maybe we get out the color blindness test, right? And we look at it together, and we see maybe I can't see a certain color as good as they can, or they don't see the color blue in the same shade, so they might describe it differently. Their blue seems a little bit different than the blue that everybody else sees. But explain the position, and try not to argue from authority. Authority isn't the best way to express conjecture or express your opinion. That's a better way of putting it. So just bring it, to say, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Okay, let's test your hypothesis, right? Because a lot of it'll take 1,000 failures, perhaps, right? You'll fail 1,000 times, but you only need to get it right once, right? I think was it Alexander Graham Bell who said, I failed 1,000 times or something. Let me see. Alexander famous failure. Let's see if ChatGPT gets it just by this prompt. I put in Alexander Graham Bell's famous failure quote. I bet you it gets it. I bet you. No, it didn't get it. Well, maybe it didn't get it. Maybe he didn't say it. But the quote that ChatGPT said is one of his famous quotes about failure is, when one door closes, another door opens. But we often look so long and so regretfully upon the door that closed that we do not see the one that has opened for us. Actually, I wonder if ChatGPT got that right, because that's amazing. I don't know who. Edison. Edison. Boy. That's a great one by Alexander Graham Bell, but he made the phone, not the light bulb. I was thinking the Thomas Edison. This is the quote that I was looking for. See, ChatGPT wins again because I totally spaced. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that it won't work. It's counter to what I'm saying on Celebrate Failure, but it's good. It's good. I think we should all live by a certain Celebrate Failure. I think that has really the stigma of failing has moved or has influenced everyone into inaction.
I can't fail because if I fail, I won't succeed. Yep, that's how failure works. The other aspect is, I think, a little psychology, right? Let me ask ChatGPT that real quick because I have a feeling it'll agree with me on this one. What is the psychology of failure? And by the way, just as a filler, as this is responding to me, this is this game. Just FYI. This game is a lot of hard work, and then you might get a few. Well, you'll reap the rewards for sure. Let's get there. We go. Do that. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Because when I go up here to get the my armor, because I don't leave the house without at least the light armor. I call it my ranger armor. There we go. I think that's pretty cool. I like my ranger armor. And I can put that, and then I think I'm gonna get my one-handed spear. Two-handed spear, sleek spear. Let me go get my one-handed spear. I'll always bring my greatsword. I'll bring one sleek spear. And then I'll bring that. And I'll go get a one-handed spear. A one-handed spear. Where do I have those? I just made a ton of them. They are all in this cabinet. Let's put one there. I don't think I'll need two, honestly. You know what? I'll leave this one here. And I'll go get another greatsword. I honestly don't have the armor to fight with a greatsword. But it's not bad. And I do deal a lot of damage really quickly. And before I go tonight, let's go hunting just a little bit. Anyway, let's do it. All right. So let's see. Psychology of failure is multifaceted. It says fear of failure, growth mindset versus fixed mindset, learning failure from resilience, failure and self-esteem, the role of emotions, social perception of failure, and I think that's where I'm really talking. Overcoming the fear of failure and innovation. So it says it's complex. Yeah, it's absolutely everything about psychology is complex. So as we talk through these game sessions, and we're just sitting down at the table and just messing around. I want everybody to realize that there's no right or wrong answers. Oh, I can't believe it. Did I get him? No, I got. Oh man, I didn't get the one I wanted. Anyway, so the psychology of failure, guilt versus shame. The social perception is where I really want to concentrate, because failure today is very much something. Yeah, I got it. Still got the bow skills. I'm not missing all that much. Yeah, peer pressure and comparison, social comparison. can exacerbate. So basically, we have to start teaching kids and reminding ourselves as people fail around us to encourage that they either try it again or they practice more, or just I think the overall theme is we got to stop being mean to one another. I don't think that'll ever happen, but honestly, that's where we need to be. Ultimately, make it go pursue invention. All the inventions that will ever be have not been found. So keep that in mind as you're, yeah, right? It's been a long time since I've killed a rabbit. Thought he was down here. There he is. There we go. Okay. We'll spend a few more moments playing. I don't like to play too long on the stream because people will get bored, and I don't want you to get bored. I want you to communicate with me. And if you're on the chat, if I can get enough people to hang out and talk about different things, we can joke every once in a while. We're here to hang out, but we can do a little bit more interactive on the conversation. As the holidays come up, I'm going to try to do a spooky themed Halloween episode. I don't know if I'll do it Halloween night, but definitely that weekend preceding Halloween and that weekend after Halloween. Maybe a Thanksgiving episode. Just flavor it a little bit for everybody to enjoy and have fun. And by that time, not Halloween, but by Thanksgiving, we should be in the new world of Pax Dei, and that'll just be fun because we'll learn it. We'll learn it together, right? There's new spells, there's new gear, there's all kinds of stuff. They've been working hard, the developers have been, and I'm hoping, they definitely should get props because they're doing good. It's not there yet, and they know that. That's why it's early access. But the view, the clouds, they got the terrain down at least so far. I'm looking for a specific type of leather, so I really don't want to kill too many more deer. I just want the bucks and the wolves. I can do the wolves because every once in a while they drop animal hide. Every once in a while. Not all the time. If I kill the boar, I'll probably do that just because they have. I'll be alright with that. Wonder if I can get up here. Oh, I can. It takes a lot of energy. I take so little damage. I didn't. Well, I should have used the spear. Alright, so yeah, I'll do that next. I'll use the spear on the boar. That's what I'll do. I think it's set up in my queue. My quick bar. It's so important in any game to know what button you're trying to hit. It does help, right? Throne of Liberty, I admittedly kind of chaotic. Like 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I just go. I don't know. Oh, maybe I'll use a spear on the wolves. Let me see what the spear looks like on the wolves. There he is. I like the one arm. Let's see if I can. No. I can. That's interesting. See how fast that was? I might use this a little bit more. That was a really good fast attack. Let's see what happens. I want to try to draw one of these guys over, but I'll probably get all three. Yeah, they're in sync today. Yeah. I tried to do 3. Did you see the overhead? Yeah, I shouldn't have tried 3. Alright, spears are pretty cool. I thought I had him. Let him attack real quick. Actually missed. Wolf in the distance is pissed off. You killed my friends. One, 2, 3. Ooh, I got 3 in there. So this is a super wolf. Fuck, I can't believe I beat a super wolf with a weapon that's not even leveled. Okay. Alright. Alright. We can work with that. This is the testing ground for all new weapons too, by the way. Just FYI. There he is. There he is. I've been really hitting it with the bow tonight. I don't know if I want to end the stream. I'm doing so well with that bow. No, I'm kidding. I'm glad you're joining me though. So if you do like the videos and what I talk about, hit the like button, please. And then if you really like it and you want to hear more of my comedy and all the good things that I bring to the table with thoughts, topics, please let me know and subscribe. Wow. I wonder if I've already worked that spear up a little bit. Let's see. Combat. Exit is like hand spear, maybe? Alright, so let's take a look at that the next time. Hand spear. Two-handed spear should be interesting. Alright, let's see what happens. Yeah, let's. I got a few more wolves over here. So I'm thinking it's at 7 right now. Yeah, but yeah, if you liked my stuff, subscribe. Maybe I'll do a little bit more on the previous recording, so so it's not a live stream. I don't do formed comment, like scripted comment and commentary. Ugh, if I can only talk. So yeah, it might do just as well. Oh, did you? How? I'm okay with it. I'm okay. It's just awesome. I'm very pleased with that. Let's see where the wolves are. There we go. Like I'm doing 28 hit points of damage every time I swing this thing, which is just as much as my my greatsword. I knew I'd get him. was hoping. Did you notice that? Alright. Yeah, I'm getting animal. I wonder if it's because of the spear I'm getting better animal eyes. Huh. Thinking about. I don't know. I don't read. I should read. Like good gamers actually read the instructions before they play the game. There's no real instructions, so to speak, on this, but they oh, there's a wolf. I thought I got all the wolves. Gotta be working my block a little bit. Not all the time. That's all right though. So if you want, as we grow the channel, we can do different things and talk about different subjects and just have fun. Yeah, my timing was all off on that, huh? Yeah, nothing there. Let's head back. Easier to do that. Should be over here. Here we go. I haven't seen any of these guys recently. These ladies, guys. That guy built that house, which is really cool. I like it. He really made it where you can't really do much. Like, I mean, it's a travel. It's a distance to get anywhere. But, all right. Yeah, so I'll just head back. You guys don't have to see that kind of stuff. But welcome to my channel. Just a little bit about me. I like talking, and I like talking about everything. So please join me. I will be on tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to do Pax Dei or Throne and Liberty. I haven't decided yet. If you do see this before that, throw it in the comments. What you'd rather see, Throne and Liberty, or this. I have 2 accounts in Throne and Liberty, so I'll probably do my primary account. But the I think I'm 20 something level there. My secondary account, I think I'm a little higher. And I do have other games, so the ones I'm currently loaded, I have Baldur's Gate 3, I have Starfield, and what's one killing? There's the big ones. So if you want to see anything while I'm talking, I think I could play Baldur's Gate fairly kind of like this. It'll be a little bit longer than an hour because interactions with NPCs and then my comments afterward. Let's see. I'm trying to put my wool away. Here we go. Oh, I put our phones back. Let me go through those. I don't need these. Somebody said they were used for soup, but I don't see it. Oh, wait. Get out here. And yeah, I'm wasting your time. I am wasting your time. My apologies. My apologies. All right, I'll sign off. And then, like I said, if you like the content, please hit the like button. If you want to subscribe to the channel because you like it so much, please hit that subscribe button. And we will see you soon. If it's the Earth is having the sun rise. Have a great day. Everyone else have a great night, and we'll talk soon. Be safe, everyone.